Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. This is the UniFi G3 Instant Camera. Look how tiny it is. Now, this is not a new product in the market, it's just consistently out of stock. But there are a few things that are a fact about this product. The first one, it's tiny. It's the size of a couple of packs of gum or something. It fits anywhere. You can even wall mount it with an included wall mount. The other thing is it's affordable. When it's in stock, it's only $29 US. Definitely affordable. But is it worth it? Well, for me, the answer is it definitely depends. It's not an automatic definitely yes kind of product for me. So, if you want to know why and how to set one up if you're planning on purchasing one, then definitely keep watching. Alright everyone, so we are at the computer and I've already launched my instance of UniFi Protect, which is running out of my UniFi UDM Pro, which is also related to the reason that I think that this device is a depends kind of device and not an automatic yes. As you can see, I already have a G3 Instant Camera I purchased myself some time ago. But I was lucky enough to get a hold of a new G3 Instant Camera from a relative, and I asked his permission to grab it even before he gets his hands on it, because I wanted to show you how to set up the device out of the box. Now, I was all ready to show you how to do it the way that I set up my own G3 Instant Camera, and this was used to be done through the mobile app. The phone would connect to the camera via Bluetooth, and then you would set it up, give it the Wi-Fi SSID, password, etc. But as you will see, I will just connect the camera to power, and because I have UniFi access points, somehow by some sort of magic, we will talk about it, the camera and the access point will identify each other. They will create some sort of a hidden SSID between them. The camera will be able to grab network connectivity just enough to update itself and present itself in Protect. We will be able to then adopt it, and at the end of the process we will also be able to get inside the web interface of the G3 Instant Camera, and there we will be able to give the camera the proper Wi-Fi SSID and password. If you have a camera-only network, for example, this will be the place to provide the details. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to walk over and just plug the camera to power. Now, this is a brand new camera. It was never connected to my network before. It doesn't know my SSID, not my password, anything. I'm just going to plug into power. Alright, so the camera is now only connected to power, nothing else. And as you will be able to see that in a minute or two, it will, by some sort of a magic, will show up right here in UniFi Protect. But until that happens, I just heard the chime of the camera, and I want to walk you through some of the settings in UniFi Protect and some of the settings of the G3 Instant Camera. Let's start with the general settings of UniFi Protect. If we'll go to the general tab right here, we can set up the temperature units, the clock units, and enable smart detections. You can set up video retention and days before purging. Now that depends on the size of the hard drive that you put in the UDM Pro or your UniFi Protect device. Backups and some advanced settings. This, for example, device password is the same you would set up in UniFi Network, where this device password, by the way, there is the new G3 Instant. Now, the G3 Instant never received from me an SSID and password. Keep that in mind. So this settings right here is will set, let's say, a root password or an admin password for all your UniFi Protect cameras and devices, the same as we have in UniFi Network, where the device password would have been changed for all our UniFi devices. So that is just some sort of a general settings of UniFi Protect. Let's go back over to our UniFi camera view, and as you can see I have a new G3 Instant Camera, and I know that this is the new camera because it has a 192.168.1 address. So it is connected via wireless, but if it hasn't received a wireless SSID from me and not a password, so how did it know how to connect, what IP address to get? This is exactly the sort of a magic that I was talking about. The UniFi camera and UniFi access point created some sort of a hidden SSID. The initial talking between them was done via broadcast, from what I understand. But now the G3 Instant Camera is now updated. It is online. We can even see that it films my living room and the mess of toys for my children. It's live and it's ready to go. But since I don't want this camera to stay on my, let's say, management network, I will just log in to this address that the UniFi camera got from the HCP. And as you can see, there is a web interface. The username is Ubiquiti, and the password is the password that we have set up right here. This will be the password that you will need to give it on the web interface of the camera. All right, we are logged in, and now we have a proper management interface, and I can now go into wireless. As you can see, this is the sort of a hidden SSID that the camera and UniFi access point have created to talk to each other. But I don't want that. I want it to connect to my IoT network. Save changes and continue. And let's see if that really took effect. And now I can see that it got 99.157. This means that now the camera is indeed in the correct VLAN that it's supposed to be. And now it is ready to roll in my, at least in my camera or network setup. This is the VLAN that it's supposed to be in. The camera is now live. It's updated to the latest firmware, and it's now ready to roll. Now, I do want to show you how this camera looks like, let's say on daytime. As you can see, pretty clear. I can even view it on full HD. Sorry, my living room is currently a bit of a mess. But not only that, I can even have a few settings tweaked around. For example, I can wall mount it, but what if I wall mount it upside down? I will need to reverse the orientation of the camera, and this will be done right here. I can vertical flip it, and if it was mounted upside down, it will straighten the picture back to the proper view. Sorry, I can even play around with the brightness, with the contrast, with the sharpness. This camera is surprisingly very good quality image with a lot of image tweaking qualities. Let's play around with saturation. You can see that the image really is being saturated. And as for nighttime recording, I placed my camera in my kid's bedroom, closed the blind, closed the door. It was almost completely dark in there, and still you can see that the camera is able to provide IR nighttime recording just fine in a good quality. Now let's go over to the settings tab and see what we can tweak around here. Microphone sensitivity. We can turn on or off status sounds or status lights. For example, I know that if I will put a camera, a G3 Instant Camera, in my kids' bedroom, I will definitely turn the status lights off because it gets them a little freaked out. One cool thing that you can also do is to enable an RSTP stream, which is super helpful if you need, for example, some sort of a third-party application to connect to the video stream. Super powerful, but it can be a little bit of a security issue. We can remove the logo from the overlay of the video output, which I usually do, but I also add time and the camera name. And this will change the recording view. As you can see, the logo is off, and we got the date and time and the camera name right in the top left corner. So this is actually the whole point of the G3 Instant Camera, a $29 camera that can do, it plays in the big league, at least in my opinion. It's an indoor only camera, Wi-Fi only camera, but other than these two, let's say, limitations, it really provides a great value. But I told you that it depends, so the depends is, at least in my opinion, this camera is worth purchasing if you already running a device, for example the UDM Pro, that has UniFi Protect, already built into it. If you would, I would definitely not say it's worth it to buy this camera and then having to buy a device that can run UniFi Protect just to run this instant camera. At least for me, if you already have a UniFi Protect device, then yes, definitely worth it. So guys, this is the UniFi G3 Instant Camera and the setup process. I hope you guys like this video, and of course, join me all in the next video. Bye bye.